on, and we fuck. Is it okay? I think it's recording. Yeah, we are recording. Hold on, 1 second, 1 second, and we are recording with
Where?
Mr. Eric Lujan, not Lujan, not
Not Lujan.
not Luhan, Eric Luhan. Asked beforehand. It's Luhan. I was just asking him beforehand. I'm like, is it Luhan or Luhan? He's like, it's Luhan, man. And I
Yes.
told him, hey, give me some fucking patience. I'm a white Irish pig who lived in Georgia for 15 years. So to me, it looks like Eric Luhan. And that's what it is. So
Don't worry, man. Everybody goes by Lujan. So,
Lujan,
yes.
Eric Lujan. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hoot, hoot, hoot. Um, well, that probably just pissed off a lot of people because you're not allowed to make accents anymore, but I don't care. Eric
It's all
Lujan,
right, man. Don't worry.
hey.
It's my last name, so it's okay. You can
Yeah,
make fun of my
you're
last name.
allowed to. I see. I got the card from him. I'm allowed to. I'm Eric Lujan.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
definitely.
Eric, real quick, buddy. Introduce yourself. You've been on here twice before. You were driven. I met you through Dr. Alejandro Diaz, that saint of a man, and
Exactly.
you were driven out of Ukraine and the life you built there from the Russian invasion, and I believe you are setting up shop in Spain, and the family, for all things considered, the family's doing well, and
Yeah,
but yeah, man,
yeah.
what's going on?
Well, it's going. It's a little hard. It's not the same as what we had when in Ukraine, of course, but it's going a little by little. We still helping. That's what we're doing. We're still helping people down there and trying to do something for Ukraine. First thing, people got tired. I guess everybody got tired of war, you know. And this is something very interesting because they started it. It's the way I see it. It's like a race of a horse. When they take off so fast,
Mm-hmm.
wow. But on the middle of it, somehow happen
Fatigue.
something happens to the horse and they slow down for some reason.
I think that's probably expected, though.
Yeah. And yeah, we did expected it. There's a lot of people that they got tired of it. There's a lot of Ukrainians they need help. They they started it really good, but now it's bad. It's bad. And this is something that I'm really concerned because what are they going to do? What we're going to do? It's we like I said, we've been trying to help. We've been doing the most we can. I'm not a hero. There's no heroes here that we try. The real heroes. We were talking about this today, me and my wife, which she was very interested. Um, there's a lot of people that they're trying to be PR, very trying to get famous by through this. And I just it just happened not too long ago. They were, they're trying to help, but at the same time they call the TV and trying to show off and all these things, and trying to say that they are the heroes of this. Well, they are. They're helping. It's good. It's good to help. I'm not saying it's not. It's something easy because I'm doing it. But the real heroes are up there. The real guys. There are kids up there. They don't have parents. There are kids up there. They don't have father right now because of war. It's difficult. It's difficult. Like we were talking about this with my wife today, and because my brother-in-law, he's right there in war right now, and he's in red zone, And we were saying, well, who's the real hero? The guy who's up there right now trying to do something for the country, and not only for the country. I'm really thinking about it, and these guys are fighting for the rest of the world. You know, to tell you the truth, and they're trying to do something for everybody. So these other guys, they don't they don't get involved with the other countries. I don't know, man. I just feel that way. And it's hard. It's hard. And like I said, we just try to do the best we can. But eh, people slow down and they're tired of it. We are tired. Everybody's tired, I guess. But this is the hardest part, I believe. This is the hardest part where everything comes down, and I don't know, man. It just feels like nobody cares anymore.
Disillusioning.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's with any endeavor, with any long-term endeavor,
Mhm.
you start with that beginning horse mentality. You're just on adrenaline, you don't need sleep. Let's go, let's go, let's go. And it's great. But the real fight is what do you do 6 months in, 9 months in, when you're not amped up. It's day 300 and you realize you still got to go. And it's not novel, it's not new, but you still have to show up every day. And that's kind of where the real strength comes in. And I don't have an answer for that. What do you do when people get, you know, stop? And, it's like the most I think about it, admittedly, is when I have you on, right? Sure, I see it in the news and it's a little thing here and there, but I go about my day. I'm in America, just going to the gym, reading books, interviewing people.
Yeah.
But when's the last time I had you on? 3 months ago, 4 months ago? Like this is the most I'm thinking and talking about it in 4 months.
Yeah.
I'm able to just it's in there and then I put it away and I go about my life. And that's not the case. You're still
Yeah.
there. You're still doing it every
We're
single
still.
day. And you start to realize that it's not a movie. There isn't always a happy ending.
Yeah.
You're just watching this happen and it's a long it's the oldest recurring theme in mankind, and it's just slaughter. It's
Mhm.
just the war of attrition, the slow grinding of the machine, and it doesn't give a fuck about you, and it
Yeah.
just keeps going forward. It's I can only imagine, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I can only imagine you probably do hit a point where it starts as we're gonna beat them, we're gonna push them back. You probably do hit a point where you're like, "What the fuck am I doing? Why don't I just go to America? Why don't I just stay in Spain? Why don't I
Yeah.
live my life?" Because you have your I find it with this podcast all the time whenever I'm trying to, like, enact a big change. Sometimes I'll just sit there and be like, why don't I just go get a girlfriend and a dog and live my life? Like, why am I fighting for something? So why don't I just live my life? And, you know, I don't think that there's a whole lot of fault in that to look at
Yeah.
what's going on. I mean, it's $1 trillion war budgets duking it out, thousands, tens of thousands dead, tanks and missiles and satellites and planes. Yeah, at a certain point, if I'm you, I'm just like, my wife and kids are alive. Like, why don't I just and it's not a sexy answer.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's what you're doing, but I'm just putting myself in.
It is tough because sometimes I do think, I just like what I'm doing. I should just like quit and just dedicate to my family and start something up, something good for them. Let's just work on doing some business good and get up again on my feet again. But for some reason, someone else comes and calls me and says, you know what, there's another family here
Yeah.
that we need to help. And there are They just got here. For example, we were recollecting toys for Ukrainian kids, and it was actually very cool, man. We recollected so many toys, so much stuff for the kids. Um, it was very nice uh, taking taking these toys to Ukraine and teaching and giving this to them. It was very nice, especially even the kids here, because we have kids here, they're Ukrainians, and they also need help. They're just not. We don't not only have the kids and the families from Ukraine to help. We also have the families and the kids from here. And actually, the ones from here, some of them, most of them, they are women and kids by themselves. you know, and it's terrible. So they don't have a toy, and there's these kids there missing their parent, their father, most likely, and they need something. So we started collecting toys and everything we could for them, and it was nice. I mean, I feel good about it. But every time that I want to give up, something comes up and doesn't let me, man. Doesn't let me. So I guess I have to continue to when this ends. I don't know, just like it's hard because I try to push myself, but people, it's different, they don't have the same mentality I have, and they did not win what I went through, you know, and my family, because I lived the same thing that Ukrainians did, moving out from there because of a war, because of everything. And coming out from there, it was terrible, all these hours and everything that we did, just like with those burritos that I told you that we met, we did. And it's difficult, man. It's still difficult. And not too long ago, we sent some trucks and everything. And the thing is that we need the help, but we need actually a good type of help too, and not only uh, we need help, things that the people can send good stuff. And a lot of people gives trash to it, this is another thing that I have to deal with, because there's things I have to grab and say, oh, this is trash completely. There's medicines, there's all kinds of even toys that I had to, throw away. I know they're trying to do the best they can. I know they're trying to help, but I think we have to do it another way, there's ways to do it. If we really want to help, let's do it with a heart, you know. I feel this way now because it's been through a lot of stuff. Um, there's one thing I wanted to talk to you about this.
Sure.
These drivers, they went down there. I'm just not going to say the names, of course, nothing like that. I just want to say they went down there, and I got sick. I got very sick. My lungs got, I got very sick, and I couldn't do anything. I was going to go down there, and I couldn't. And they left the first trucks. They left down there, and they got mad because I couldn't go down there. But at the same time, I'm like, well, I'm very sick, and I'm gonna leave my family here with no one, you know. And it was difficult. It was difficult for me and for my family because there's things that people don't understand still. Me leaving my family, it was like leaving my heart because I don't. For the other people, when they go down there, when they go inside, yeah, they're going. It's hard. It's a lot of days, 3 days to go down there, but they know they have to come back and they have a house. they have a family here expecting them. Not only a wife and kids, they have mom, they have dad, they have uncles, they have all these things, you know. And it's hard, man, because I I can't leave my family. I where with who? I only have my kids and my wife here. That's it. There's no uncles, there's no mommy, there's no dad. It has been difficult. My wife's uh, father passed away not too long ago, and we couldn't be there. This is all the stuff that we're like losing because of war, and it's hard, man. It's hard, and the people I don't know if they see this, you know, and this is where sometimes I said, hey, man, I just want to quit. But like I said, there's more coming, and they need help. And if I don't know, maybe if I just feel that I need to continue. You know, it's important. But I want to help without being famous on TV. I don't really care about that. You know, I love talking to you because you're from out there, and the people down there sees what's going on here. But here, I don't. I go quiet, man. I stay low. You know, but others they try to make a show out of it, and I think it's wrong because they try to show themselves as the heroes, and the heroes are inside, not here.
You That's an unfortunate aspect, though, I think, of every human tragedy, conflagration, war, disaster, be it today in Ukraine, be it 10 years ago, be it 1,000 years ago. That's always an aspect. It's an unfortunate thing, but I think it's something that you kind of just have to brush off. There will always be people that take the disaster and say, "Look at me, I'm helping." They're gonna
Yeah,
do that. There's nothing you can do about them. Just move on. Don't pay them too much attention. Just they're assholes. They're doing it today. They would have done it 100 years ago. If there was an earthquake tomorrow, they'd be right there saying, "Look at me, I'm picking up the rubble." It's not worth the time of day.
yeah.
Don't pay attention to it.
And going back down there, there's things happening big time, man. I don't know when this is gonna end. If it's gonna end, it feels like there's no end of it. They don't have light right now.
Yeah.
It's cold as heck. Uh, Last night, I think it was like minus 17, I think 14. You know, I don't
Jeez.
know. It's cold, man, and there's no light. But
Yeah.
you know what? I love from Ukraine the sense of humor they have. They're making jokes of where they said that the woman, you know, that master chef, when they're
Yeah.
cooking. Well, you know how they go 5, 4, 3, 2. They're making this count. All right. Well, imagine this that the Ukrainians are playing with this when they say, "Okay, let's start," and they start cooking, and then they say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lights off, so they can continue cooking. You know, they kind of go this kind of stuff, and they're making jokes out of it.
We have to. It's the
Yeah,
only thing that keeps you sane.
yeah,
I mean, how did we start this podcast? It was you saying it's Lujan, man. You
yeah.
have to
No harm, man.
you'll go insane if you don't. You have to sit there and make your because it's a natural painkiller. It's a way of making light of it. There's no other thing to do. You have to laugh at it. It's a defense mechanism. It's no different than alcohol. It's no different than it's no different than a painkiller. It's it's a way to it's a way to let go of the burden of reality. I don't think
Yeah.
there's anything wrong with that. I do. How does it change your view on it's we never give a shit about something until we need it. You don't care You never put any thought into whether or not your door locks until all of a sudden, one in a million, someone tries to break into your. I remember somebody broke into the house I lived in college, and all of a sudden it was just like a thing you think would never happen to you. You're like, oh my god, that's real. The door needs to lock. I know that's kind of a silly analogy to use at something as immense as the war in Ukraine, but how does it change your view on something like, there's no right or wrong answer, on something like military spending or something, right? Yeah, as someone that lives in the United States, I've known nothing but happiness and opportunity. I never had any I've never gone without a meal. There's never a bomb's never gone off. I've never even seen a hint of warfare. And it's easy when you live in a cozy society to look at something like how much money the United States spends on military. And you're like, why do we need that? And then I'll interview guys that are in the military and they're like, you don't know how fucked the rest of the world is. How does that change your mind when you are seeing the reality of what has happened? It's carried out by military forces. There are guns and bombs and tanks and planes and artillery. And despite that it's 2022 and we have Wi-Fi and microphones and smartphones and Netflix, and we are still very much these primal beasts. The methods have changed. It's not a bow and arrow, it's a tank, but we are still very much, if given the chance, will literally slaughter each other to piles of blood and organs just to have a temporary advantage on a fleeting country. How has it changed your mind on and I don't even, not even with America, with anything, with anyone, how has that affected your mind? I mean, on one hand, I can imagine where it might go in the entire opposite direction. You're like, this is all evil, we need to stop. On the other hand, it might push you and say, you need to have the biggest military possible because this shit is real, and it will, you'll go from living in Ukraine to a year later you're in Spain with your family going, what the fuck happened? How has it changed your mind on sort of the raw the raw power projection that countries need? That it's not kumbaya. When you look at a map and you see all the countries, it's not just, oh, we're all just holding hands. We're removed from it because we are in a relatively civilized era of human history. But then you see what happens when one nation decides to invade another. It's still very real. How has that just changed your mind on all of it? There's no right or wrong answer.
Yeah, it's just like it's hard, man. But you know, like you said, U.S. has all these, and they spend all kinds of money and all kinds of stuff on weapons and everything. But think about it. Glass, God bless America, man. Because why? They're they're helping others right now. If it wasn't for U.S., Ukraine's, I don't know what will happen to them right now. You know, they need these guns, but at the same time, it is hard. It is terrible. Guns, you know, just they're killing. And
Sure.
we're not talking about like, you know, they're not playing golf. They're killing each other.
Yeah.
You know, and 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 it's true what you said. Oh man, why is U.S. spend so much money on guns? You know, well, why? This is the reason. So no one will do what they're doing to Ukraine.
Yeah.
You know, because otherwise, I guess, you know, anybody will try to do something to it, especially you know U.S. Because, but that's for every country, man. It's just like they try to get guns or anything just to protect themselves, and I see it now that like I was like you know, I was like other people too, like saying, hey, why they're spending so much money on guns? Hey, there's so much hunger, you know. But if you really think about it, if they didn't spend this much on guns and protection, it could be worse.
And that's like the scary realization is when you
That's
go, hey, I'm guilty of it too. I've been that kid smoking pot gun. why are we spending so much money on bombs, dude? We just gotta feed everybody. And I get it. It's a noble ideal. I don't think there's anything wrong with having. And that's a beautiful thing that humans do tend to think that way. Why do we need these weapons? I think that's a good thing. I think the really kind of sad reality is that this is as bad as the world is. This is probably best case scenario.
Yeah.
You see someone, I don't know, go to World War I, right? And you get shot in the leg and the doctor cuts it off. In that moment, you might look at, oh my God, why did you cut my leg off? I have one leg now. And then the doctor sits you down and goes, listen, 99 out of 100 soldiers die because you get an infection, it goes in your blood and it goes to your heart. So be thankful that we have the technology to cut your leg off. And you
Yeah.
might go, thank God they cut my leg off. And that may be wrong. I'm not immune to that idea that you and I might be wrong. And obviously, if you can't tell, I'm a fan of America.
Sure.
I do I'm not ignorant to the fact that we do spend almost $1 trillion on weapons. I'm very aware of the homeless problem, of the wealth disparity, of the hunger. I'm not stupid. I do see it all. And
Yeah.
my my belief and reasoning to support a strong military is because I genuinely think that this is the least worst case scenario. As bad as the world is,
Yeah. Yeah.
hey man, someone's gonna rule the world. That's
Yeah.
nature abhors a vacuum. Whether it's dinosaurs or humans, someone's gonna run the world. I'd rather it be us. And
Yeah.
that's not a I get it, that's not a sexy answer. Like you said, they're not golfing. They're murdering each. I'm with you.
It's terrible, man.
It's
They're like
horrible.
doing horrible stuff, man. It is. I can tell you things,
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm allowed, but there's things that I know one of them from lots of them that it killed my heart. One that a, a baby, 1 year old baby. What's gonna do to you a 1 year old baby, man? Nothing. It's a baby, 1 year old baby, you know. And we think about it, it's hard. It's terrible. It's terrible. Things like that with one baby. Imagine a candle. What can you do with a candle? Think about a candle. What do you think about a candle? A candle, it's a beautiful thing, isn't it? Because you light yourself. It's something very special. A candle can help to do things, but a candle can also do very terrible things. I never thought about that. A baby was being raped by a candle. A baby, 1 year old. It's this kind of stuff. What? This is where you think we need more weapons. We need to defend. We need to protect. We need to help more, you know, because whoever's doing this kind of stuff, it's not human, man.
It's and that is kind of where I always come back to. Is I interview these guys in Delta Force and like the shit they see, and they're like, yeah, man, we'll like in Iraq or something, they'd like raid like a warlord's home, and they'll find like a 5-year-old girl like chained to a bed who's been raped repeatedly and has like a bag tied over her head, and she's 5. And you do your mind clarifies, and it's not why can't we all be friends and hold hands. Your mind clarifies, and you go, I need a fucking shotgun and a lot of ammo. And that's
Yeah.
I'm not again. You and I aren't blind to the fact that a lot of money goes to this and there are still a lot of problems in the world. But how else do you fight someone that rapes a 5-year-old girl or rapes a 1-year-old with a candle? Do you did Hitler surrender because we asked him nicely? Did the Japanese, did they step down and say, "You know what, America, you're right"? No, it was the white hot death of an atomic bomb. And
Yeah.
that's sad, man. I don't make light of it. No
No,
part of
no,
me wants this.
of course not. No
Much
one, but no, none of us. It's just it's something that you, like you said, you want a shotgun just to do something about it because
to
you
make
feel
sure it never
terrible.
happens to anyone you love.
Exactly.
And that's
I got my kids. I got Leonardo that is 2 years old, and Diana is 4 years old. And when I hear these
those are
terrible
awesome.
things,
Those are
I
awesome
just
names, by the way.
thanks, man.
Leonardo and what?
Diana,
Diana?
Diana,
Liana. Those are
Diana.
awesome names, man. Why was I stuck with Tommy? I could have been Leonardo. Come on, mom and dad. Sorry.
They're gonna, but they're gonna kill me, man. About this, the way they fix their names down there, it's kind of weird because my son's name is Leonardo Ederic Horaci Ederigno Lujan Hernandez Espak.
What the fuck?
Yes, they have my whole name, man.
That's awesome.
They have my whole name. Eric is Erikidno. Ederigno is Eder. And then they have my last name, Lujan Hernandez, which, they have to have it. But plus, my wife's name, last name is Spak. And so imagine they're going to, instead of having a little in school, like a little, what's it called? Café, they're going to have a freaking cup.
Banner. Yeah, the whole piece of
That's
tape you
my
put.
name.
See?
So,
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
but
that sorry.
going back to that, man, I got my kids, and I would hate it. I don't know. I would not only hate it, I will be. I don't know what we'll do. I will lose myself. If anything happened to them,
Yeah,
I imagine how the parents of these kids, of these people, they were feeling, and they're doing it in front of the parents.
Jesus Christ.
Just imagine. I mean, these guys, they just go and tie their parents, and they do things to their kids just to, you know, I don't know what they're trying to prove. They're not they're not soldiers. They're just normal people.
Trying to break the will of the people that you want to beat. You can keep fighting. I've never been in war, so obviously I have no idea what I'm talking about. But I imagine you can keep fighting if shit all around you blows up. I can imagine you can keep fighting if your best friend dies. I think they're probably you're going to break the will. You're trying to break the fighting spirit, right? You can have your home destroyed, you can have your car lit on fire. If they rape your child in front of you, I don't have children. I can't imagine. That probably breaks your spirit. It probably the strongest person. It's probably a level of dissociation that I can't put into words. It probably you probably go mad. You probably go insane. You leave this reality. And that's what they're trying to do is they're trying to break the will.
Yeah. I mean, you saw what they're doing to the people. Imagine what I
Mm-hmm.
send you videos, and you see what they do to these
Mm-hmm.
soldiers, and those guns that they're finding, it's from Russians leaving them, so they can explode or something for normal people, man, inside the houses. They're hiding all this kind of stuff, and then when they, I don't know, I don't know what they're doing with this kind of guns, but I'm sure they're not doing nothing right, you know. I feel very frustrated about this, that I cannot do anything, And the more the more I see, man, it gets worse and worse. And my friends are calling me and my brother-in-law, and they tell us about the news, they tell us what's going on down there, and it gets worse. Because they also getting tired. The soldiers from the other side, they also getting tired, and it's difficult. There's a there's an ONG here. You know where's an ONG?
A what?
ONG?
ONG, ONG.
Yeah, it's like a place they're helping that they do help for people they're coming from other countries. I think it's ONG. I'm not sure what they
NGO,
NGO. Oh, yeah, I think so. NGO.
non-governmental organization.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So they're doing these kind of stuff and they're trying to help, and they're saying all these things. Okay, whatever. But I saw the other day a couple Russian guys there. No woman. These are guys. It was Russian guys. And I asked them, hey, to these people, hey, these are the Russians. Yeah, be careful. And they're like, no, they're okay. They're running away from the war.
Oh,
I got, I was surprised, and I was going to ask him, wow, I did not know that Russia was in war in their country. They're not having homicides, they're not having these kind of things, what is going on in Ukraine. I don't think they have. Why they're running? Uh, I just think it's weird, man, the way they're thinking.
they're not running. There's no war in their homeland. To
No,
maybe, and this probably isn't my place to say it, but to maybe extend empathy, they might just be a Russian Eric Lujan. They're a guy, no, their country is not being invaded, but
mm,
they might look at what the Russian military is doing and feel as helpless as you. You know, they might be thinking like, "What the fuck?" Maybe they might be thinking, "What the fuck am I?" Do you know what happens if you speak up against Putin? They might be just as scared as you and know there's not a war in their homeland. But this
the thing
maybe
is that you should. It's weird. I understand that a lot of people
sure
could be like that, but listen, there's a lot of Russians. They are coming, but they still doing things to Ukrainians. A woman right here in Germany got beat up by a couple guys and a lady, that these guys were Russians and the lady was Russian, and they hit the kids and the lady and the woman. So they were hitting her and they were beating up her. And this is not the first case. If you Google in Spain, when the war just started it, I believe it was like Russian, I don't know, it was like a holiday Russian, and they were doing something in Madrid. And there's this lady that was Ukrainian, and she grabbed like a cardboard and saying, Russia, please stop war. That's all what she was doing. All the Russians grabbed her, just throwing her things. I mean, it's an internet. Google it up. Woman, Ukrainian from in Madrid. You will see. Then the police were grabbing the Ukrainian woman out of there, like very bad. This happened in Madrid, man, and it's in Google, YouTube. I'm sure I've seen it before. Like, and there's many cases of this, many of them. The other day we were talking about this, and they said that 80% of Russians believe that it's okay what they're doing. And it's true. I have we have all the proof of the information they send. That 80% of Russians saying that it's okay. I mean, I don't believe that all the Russians are bad. It's like has to be like everything. In fact, I have a very very good friend who lives in Mexico, and his name Igor, and he's Russian, man. But he took off long time ago from Russia because of of this. He says, "No, I can't live in my country. Why? I don't believe what they're doing there." You know, I I I don't know what I don't know, man. It's just like it's getting worse and worse, but people getting tired of it. Very bad.
I don't think you can stop fighting, you specifically. And I don't mean that in some, never give up bullshit. I mean, I don't think you're capable of stopping because you clearly have all of this in your head. If you didn't keep fighting, this is all you would think about. It's the reason why I push forward on the podcast. Is I can't stop. If I ever try, every once in a while, I'll take a day off. I'm done with the podcast. It's stupid. I try to play video games. I'm thinking about the podcast. I'm trying to drink beer, thinking about the pot. I'll get fucked up and I'll start emailing guests and scheduling it. Eventually, you just come to peace with this is your journey and to keep going and to take it a day at a time. I don't think you specifically could be at peace not fighting. It sounds like you maybe need a day off, but I think that's why you're going to continue to fight is your mind is fixated on this. And I think you're doing just like we talked about how no, it's not good to spend money on weapons, but it's probably the best case scenario. No, it's not good to fixate on this thing between two countries that is so far above you. However, I think you're probably fighting in the best possible way. And that's you're helping families. You're doing what you can do. So at least you're doing something. Because if you did nothing and just went every day, you just looked at this shit on the news, you'd go crazy. You'd blow your head off. You're doing something. And is it going to change the tide of the war? Probably not. But if it gives you peace, and it's certainly not nothing to the people who you're helping, then keep going. And I know, again, I'm very aware that it's easy for me to say that in the United States and I'm not over there and I have no fucking idea what's going on. But this is your fight and what you are doing is helpful. And I guarantee you the people who you are impacting, they don't think it's nothing. And no, you're probably not going to be in the history books when they talk about the Russian-Ukrainian war. And there's not going to be a chapter on Eric Lujan. Like, no, you and I, we're going into the trash bin. We're going to be a footnote of a book that was never sold. Whatever, right? But again, like we said, we don't care. We're not doing it for that.
Nah.
Keep doing what you're doing, man. It's you have no idea who you're impacting. Even if you don't impact anything, even if it has no effect, at least you can go to bed and you're like, I fucking tried. That's an internal peace that no one can take away from you. When you try your hardest, I remember in college, I studied nonstop for this one test for like 2 straight weeks and I failed it. But you know what? I went home and I was like, I did everything I could. If you fail a test and don't try, that sucks. But I remember I was like, I think I got a 63 on a physics test. And I just kind of threw it at the ceiling and I went, I did my best. I skipped a date with a girl. I didn't go to a football game. I didn't drink for like a month. All I did was study. And I still failed it because I'm an idiot. But I was at peace. I was like, I did it all. And I don't know if that's helpful, but I mean, at the very least, man, fight for the internal peace of Eric. And then if you can, for the peace of your family. and extend slowly outwards from there.
You know, thanks. I really appreciate all this. Believe me, it's like I feel good, man. And I also would like to, yeah. Uh, I want you to, if you have some time, I want you to talk to my wife.
Sure.
You know why? Because it's gonna be different. You're gonna you feel it with me because I'm always with, and it's but she's the blood pure Ukrainian, you
Oh,
know. Imagine it's like me and you when they talk about U.S., or Mexico for me or in U.S., whatever, we're like, hey, hold on, my country. You're talking about my country, and when she's like very strong about what she believes about. She will tell you what's going on more. She will she will have more answers and more feelings because like I told you, look, I mean, we were here. Her father passed away during the war. We couldn't go down there, you know. She couldn't see her father. Her brother's still in war, you know, and we have she still has a sister there, two nephews, a grandma, very sick, uncles that they have families, and for her, it's hard and it's very tough. And I'm always, she's always looking at the news. She's always trying to. She's a very positive woman. She's very strong, but I can see her sadness, inside of her in her eyes. Sometimes when I am looking at her and I'm like, it makes me go down, and feel bad.
you probably
And
probably feel helpless.
I can't do nothing, man. It's like when we got out from war, it didn't start this. I mean, it's not like I went to put this guy and say, hey, you know what? Come on, man. Me and you one on one. No,
Yeah,
no, I didn't say nothing.
yeah, yeah. No, it's that feeling of helplessness. It's not that Putin said something mean to your wife and you can go kick his ass.
Yeah.
It's what the fuck are you gonna do? It's columns of tanks and planes, and you're just like it it it's emasculating. It all you can
You
do
know,
is continue to do what you're doing
this is something that will go with us for the rest of our
forever.
lives. Yeah, forever. One night at 5 o'clock in the morning, we receive a phone call saying Ukraine is being attacked. Go go downstairs to your bunker. I got up, I told my wife, it's not true, not yet. It's not happening here. There's no alarms. As soon as I said there's no alarms,
Damn.
it, it, it it's gonna be there forever, man. Because we remember this night so like if it happened yesterday, just like that.
Sure. But the reality is it will never go away. I
No,
mean, I've talked to you about this. I mean, I lost an older brother to suicide, April 15th,
yeah,
2014. I can still remember it like it's yesterday. And then
yeah,
through, ups and downs and years of stress and self-hatred and anger, and it still hasn't left me. But eventually you come to the realization of like again, like we talked about earlier, a strong military this is probably the best case scenario. Eventually, you come to peace with the fact that trauma happened, that it's not fair, that there's nobody you can blame,
yeah.
and then you have to go, well, what am I gonna do with this now? It's not, no, it's not your fault, it's not your responsibility, but it is yours now, and it's not going away. And I try to, incorporate my brother into almost every podcast. I, talk about mental health. I try to make the most of it because as much as I would like to just make it not happen, that's impossible. So
Mhm.
you eventually kind of hit this moment where you go, this shit isn't going away. What do we do from here? And you become constructive with it. And it's never perfect. And if you can make it go away, you make it go away.
Mhm. Mhm.
But you're an adult and you have the realization that it's not going away. So what do we do from here? And I can only imagine that that's what you're doing with the kids you're helping, with the toys you're giving them, is it's not going away. And it's a shitty thing. It's not the answer you want. But the reality is it'll be here when you're 90. You're still going to think about it. It's never going to go the fuck away. And that's just a shitty part of life. But if you don't do anything about it, you're going to go insane or you're going to just start drinking alcohol and be depressed like I was for several years. You have to come to peace with the fact that it happened, that it's not fair, and that it just sucks. It just sucks. What will you do with it? And you can find peace in that. It's not the best answer, but it is the answer. And I think that's what you need to continue to do. Is it's been almost 9 years since my brother died. I'm farther ahead than I ever have been with it. I'm for the most part at peace with it. When I think about him, I smile. I mean, the war is still going on. It's been what, 10 months since February?
Yeah.
It's still new and fresh. It's probably going to take a decade. It's probably going to be around 2030 that you come to any sort of peace with what's happening. And the sooner you acknowledge that, the sooner you can start to move forward. It's just it's just what it is. So if your car breaks down, you can be angry that it broke down. You can blame the manufacturer. You can blame the guy at the gas station. But eventually it dawns on you that the car broke down, it's raining, and now I have to walk home. Just stop bitching and start walking. And to
Yeah.
me, that's what it took me about 5 years to have that realization to go, it sucks. It's always going to suck. Let's start moving. And I think
Yeah.
that's it's going to take you years, man. It's going to be hard. It's not going to be easy. And you're still going to have assholes like me mispronouncing your last name, but you will find peace in it eventually.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, eventually, I have to teach him how to say my last name somehow.
Well, that's the most important thing of all of this is forget the fucking war. What it really comes down
Yeah.
to is it's Lujan. That's the importance. But
Yeah.
you'll find peace in it, man. And the weird thing is not only will you find peace in it, but when enough time passes, you will actually start to be thankful that the trauma happened because you'll look back and realize that it caused you to make changes to your life that you never would have taken otherwise. And me and my brothers always say it. There's nothing worse than losing a sibling. And if I could change it tomorrow, I would, but I can't. And so I have to say that it's the best thing that ever happened to me. It has
Yeah.
forced me to become a better person. It has forced me to open my heart. It has forced me to stop giving a shit about anything. It has forced me to have more courage than ever. It has forced me to be more empathetic. If I could get rid of it, I would, but I can't. And so instead, I've made it the best thing that's ever happened to me. And there will be a day where you not only come to peace with this, you'll be doing something 20 years from now, and you'll go, you know what? This never would have happened had we not moved to Spain. And
Yeah.
it's a weird feeling. You're going to feel
Yeah.
guilty because you're going to say, am I grateful for this? But it's a beautiful thing. And you can either do that or you can dwell on it forever and go insane. So it's up to you, man.
It is. I know. Yeah, believe me, we're pushing, man.
Yeah.
Um, I know you have. It's almost time.
We got to wrap up.
I needed just to tell you that my wife
Sure.
wants to have an interview with you
I would
because
love to.
she and then also at the same time, but we need to. I'll tell you, there's another person that he's in war too. His name is Andrew, and he's a friend of us. Also, he's one of the guys that he's taking things to the red zone and coming back all the time. So he will be able to. That's the guy I send you the picture.
Gotcha.
Okay, and he wants to talk about what's going on down there too, a little
I'd
bit
love to.
with you, and we just need to figure out what day
We'll
and
just
everything.
schedule it.
Yeah, and also if there's anybody that can help from your audience, not with money. We don't need money. What we need is jobs, remote jobs for people that they are qualified in Ukraine. For their Ukrainian woman, they need some type of job that they can work from home,
Okay.
and they. I mean, there's a lot of them. They're qualified. They also speak English, like my wife. There's a lot of them. There's tons of people. They need jobs. And if someone, listening to this or some that they have somehow the way to do it, it would be amazing, if they can help with this.
I've got another podcast after this, but send me some texts like right now about set up an interview with your wife. It'll be in the new year. This is the last. I'm closing the podcast down until New Year's, so
Okay,
we'll do it in like 2 weeks or something.
super.
Send me a text about your wife. Send me a text about the Andrew, and then send me a text about remote jobs. I think that's definitely something I think people could do. At the very least, I can try to help with.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean,
You-
like I said, we're not asking for money.
no,
Money.
sure. It's. I think you should take a video or something and just explain what it is, and
Mhm.
then I'll just take that video and upload it.
Yeah.
You can explain it. You don't need to have my stupid Eric Lujan. No, you can just describe it. I think
Okay.
that's so, 12. There are 12,000 people subscribed to this podcast. I'm sure at least one knows of a remote job that a Ukrainian person could do. So I think we could at least get one. It's
Well,
that's
we have we have a lot of they speak, 3 or 4 languages. Like my wife, she speaks 5 languages.
Jesus.
Yeah, and
How many can you speak?
I can speak 3.
That's still pretty good.
Yeah,
I can speak
not
one.
bad.
I failed German. That's another class I failed. Um, I think we could. Well, let's
Don't
manage
worry,
expectations
I
and
failed French, man.
French is who the fuck wants to talk that? Napoleon's a loser, but that fucking midget. They got an Eiffel Tower and bread. Fuck off.
Yeah.
But let's like we said about you helping those families, I don't think they think it's nothing. So let's try to aim to get one job for one person. And if we can do that, then we'll aim for two. I mean, obviously it'd be great to get 1 million, but if we can get a remote job for one person, I highly doubt that will be meaningless to them. So,
Mhm.
um, let's talk later. I'll text you later tonight. Well, I know you're really far ahead out of so if you're asleep, but let's definitely we can put up a video about that specifically about
Okay.
remote jobs. And I'm sure
Just
someone listening knows something somewhere. If anybody's listening, just anything, is there one remote job we can get? I think we can at least do one. And if we do
yeah,
one, we'll try to get two. And if we do two, we'll try to get three. And we'll move
yeah. Let's
forward from
let's
there.
let's do for one first, and then
Let's
we can
aim for
just like
one.
aim for more after that.
Aim for one. We
Yes.
can do it. You, me, there are 12,000 subscribers. I'm sure that we can muster up our brain power and get one remote job. If we can't do that, then we should probably just fucking quit. if 12,000 of us can't get one remote job,
Go on.
we should probably pack it in. But
Yeah. And
Eric,
most of these people are women that they don't have no one. They're just
yeah,
women and the kids.
yeah,
I have more than 200 women right here in Toledo uh, that they need help, that I'm taking care of it. I'm helping with food. I'm helping with a lot of stuff that the most I can.
yeah,
But we need jobs for them.
yeah. Well, hey, send me those messages right now. I got another podcast that I gotta do, so I'll
Okay,
text you
well,
after, like an hour or two from now, and we'll
super.
set it up. And I think we can do that. Let's aim for one, and if we
Okay,
do one, we'll go for two. I think we can do that.
super.
I think we can
Yeah.
do that.
Let's do
Yeah.
that. Let's do
And if we
that. Okay,
can't do
man.
it, then I mean, I'll shut down the podcast. That will be God telling me that I suck. He'll be like, hey, dude, you fucking son. I'm like, all right.
No, man, it's not gonna happen. It's
Not
not
gonna
gonna.
happen. We're gonna get
He's
it.
not gonna let you, man. He's not
We're,
letting me. He's not gonna let you either.
you're damn right. You're damn right. Eric, Merry Christmas, my friend.
Merry
Happy
Christmas,
New
man.
Year's. I love you, brother. We're gonna get
Love you
through
too, bro.
this. You're gonna.
Thank you.
I promise you, you're gonna look back on this one day. And not only are you gonna be at peace with it, you're actually gonna be grateful for it. And it might take a decade. Just full disclosure, it might take 10 years. In 5 years, if it hasn't happened, don't come yelling at me. 2032, you'll be looking back at this and something great will happen. I promise you. If it doesn't, you can have the podcast. I'll quit. All right, brother.
It will happen. It
It
has
will.
to, man.
It has
It
to.
will.
We got no choice. We got no choice.
Yeah.
Fuck else are we
Yeah.
gonna do? What else are we gonna do? Play video games? I'm fucking tired of it. I'm just
Fuck that.
fuck that, dude. We're gonna try to get one fucking job for one person, one remote. That's our new job. We got one thing to do. That's literally it. If we fail at that, then I need to have a long, hard look in the mirror. I'll just become a stripper. I don't know. I got nothing else going. Eric,
All
I
right,
love
buddy.
you, brother.
I
Merry
love you, brother.
Christmas.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Send me those texts as a reminder, and I will try to get back tonight. And if I don't, we'll talk tomorrow, and we'll get it up there, and we'll get the video up there, and get it going. And we'll schedule one with your wife and schedule one with Andrew. All right?
Andrew, yes, they're ready. They're ready for you.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Hell yeah. All right, brother. Take care, Eric.